So you don't have to remember the name, just have to remember the concept. Maharishi Kannad was there. So he said, see, everything they used to call matter in Hindi Padarth. Okay, you may have heard this term Padarth. Okay, so matter in Hindi is called Padarth. So Maharishi Kannad, what he did something like he started breaking down this matter thing by something. So he started like suppose I have a matter here. So just a second, I'm getting a call. Yes, so we were at Meta. So what we do at Meta, we kind of start dividing it. This guy started dividing it into small particles. बिल्कुल छोटे छोटे particles में तोड़ने लगा, बिल्कुल छोटे छोटे. And there came a time जब ये टूट नहीं रहा था. मतलब उसके बाद ये और छोटा हुआ ही नहीं, बिल्कुल छोटा हो गया. इसके बाद ये छोटा हुआ ही नहीं. तो ये जो चीज आई जो अब टूट नहीं सकती और जिसको हम कहते हैं इनडिवाइजिबल, मतलब और नहीं टूट सकता, उसी को उसने क्या नाम दिया? एटम. ठीक है, हिंदी में उसने इसको बोला था परमाणु एक्चुअली. ओके, लेकिन वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन इंग्लिश राइट नाउ. सो दैट इज माय एटम. द स्मॉलेस्ट इंडिविजिबल पार्टिकल इज कॉल्ड एटम, जिसको और डिवाइड नहीं करा जा सकता. लेटर ऑन वी फाउंड आउट दैट एटम कैन फर्दर बी डिवाइडेड इनटू इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, प्रोटॉन्स एंड न्यूट्रॉन्स, लेकिन वो बात की बात है. ठीक है, सो इज दिस क्लियर? एटम क्या होता है? यस.
Yes, sir.
एक्चुअली
Yes, sir.
एटम का अगर तुम डिक्शनरी में मीनिंग देखोगे तो यही दिखेगा, इनडिविजिबल. इफ यू गूगल दिस यू विल गेट दिस. ओके, so that is what we meant by atom. You don't have to write all this history, I'm just telling you because we are at the introduction of the chapter. now हमारे इंडिया में क्या होता है, अगर कोई एक बुड्ढा कुछ करता है तो दूसरा बुड्ढा भी कहता है कि मैं भी कुछ करूंगा. तो there was another guy called Katya Yama, weird name. Okay, so Katya Yama was there. So he said, okay, Parmanu is there, the smallest individual particles are there. So what is Parmanu? How does they exist? How do the atoms exist? So he said that atoms combine with another atom in order to get stable. Okay, in nature everything wants to be stable. So in nature they combine. Suppose there is a hydrogen atom, we will talk about it later on, and there is another hydrogen atom. So they kind of combine to get hydrogen gas, and this guy right here is called molecule. So molecule is a couple of atoms. You can say 3 molecules as well. Ozone, that's a molecule as well. So there are more than one atoms in a molecule. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It may have different
Yes,
atoms
sir.
as well. This is also a water molecule, so that's a molecule. It doesn't have to be like same kind of atoms, right? So it can have different. So this is a water molecule. So let's write the definition. If I have to say that what is an atom, you will say the smallest individual particle. If I have to write it down, I will say the smallest the smallest, okay, smallest indivisible, and I'm focusing on this one, indivisible term. If you just remember indivisible, you can write the definition. Smallest indivisible particle of what? Of matter. It's called, next time we will have a quiz on this, so ये सब लिख लेना या फिर just remember the smallest indivisible particle of matter is called atom. Okay, so that's my atom. And what is a molecule? Molecule is kind of a combination, I'm writing down in literal terms, not in the definition form right now, is a combination of two or more atoms. Okay, that's TO, two or more atoms, right? You can give a couple of examples. That I can take the example for atom, that's hydrogen atom. I can take a sodium atom. Here you can take a molecule of H2 or O3 or H2O, whatever like this, right? So that was my introduction. Okay, so introduction is clear to everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
why are we studying atoms and molecules? Why there's a need to study this? See, suppose there's an I don't know, element which we have already discussed in the previous chapter. Element is something which is made up of only one kind of atoms. So this is a sodium element. Now this is made up of only sodium atoms. Now what will happen? This element will have the properties of this atom. That's why we are discussing. If we can discuss the properties of atom, that's actually discussing the properties of element. So that's why we are focusing on atoms, because the properties of atom actually determine the properties of the element. Isn't it? If this is a metal, so this element will be metal. So that's how it goes. So that's why the properties of matter, I can write it here, important statement. This may be in your quiz next time. The properties of matter depend on the what? On the properties of, yes, properties of
Uh,
atoms, right? Atoms and molecules, you can say. Molecules from which it is made. This is bana hua hai, from which it is made. So that's quite simple. So that's the stuff why we need to talk about atoms and molecules. Now, next topic is law of chemical combination. First of all, before coming to the next topic, let's see if you people understood it well. So can anyone tell me now what is atom? Yes, what is atom? We have discussed it now.
Bhaiya, atom are the smallest unit.
Smallest indivisible. I'm repeating it again and again.
Indivisible.
Indivisible particle of matter. What is a molecule? Raise your hand if you know the answer. What is a molecule? And then give an example of molecule as well if you know it.
the molecule is something which is made up of more than one atom. For example, hydrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen.
Good. Okay. So these are my molecules. So let's discuss about the next topic, that is laws of chemical combination. So that's my next topic. So in this, we will discussing a couple of laws. So the first law that we'll be discussing here will be law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. You may know this one already. Law of conservation of mass. And there will be another one that we'll be discussing in this, law of constant proportion. These two laws are very important from your examination point of view. You will see that they are often repeated in your exam. So you need to like understand that. So law of conservation of mass. What is law of conservation of mass? Law of conservation. Can someone tell me what you understand from this statement? Law of conservation of mass. What is conservation?
इसको देख के तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि हमें अ, अ, इसके मास को बचाना है,
Yes, very good.
ऐसा कुछ
That's the
तरीका है।
essence of it. Good. See, in like 18th century, scientists noticed that if they carried out a chemical reaction in a closed container, mass wasn't changing. Mass was the same stuff, right? So mass was conserved. So they came out with a statement that mass is nothing but matter only, right? You can also say law of conservation of matter. So they came out with a statement, the similar one to the energy. Matter, you may have heard this before, can neither be created nor be destroyed. मतलब conserve रहता है, nor be destroyed. What happens then? How the chemical reaction happens? It changes its form. Just like energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, like your electricity gets converted into heat energy through the bulb, right? So that's how the energy transfer takes place. It never gets created or destroyed. So what is happening in the similar fashion, matter can neither be created nor be destroyed. That's the essence of this law. Now, if I have to explain this law, I cannot just write this statement. I have to like give another thing. According to this law, this is the real statement. The total mass of products is equal to the total mass of reactants in a chemical reaction. Now, what are my products and reactants? Suppose I take an example for you people. Suppose I take, okay, let's take calcium carbonate. Okay, this is my calcium carbonate. If this one is too complicated for you, it's okay. We are just taking an example. We don't have to go into deep. This is calcium oxide. This is carbon dioxide. So this part is called reactant part, and the right hand part are called products part. Okay, products part. You could have taken this reaction as well, like H2 combines with O2 to give me H2O. Okay, so this is also a reaction. Now these guys are called reactants, and these guys are called products. So what I mean by this law is the mass of reactants will be equal to mass of products. So if I tell you that this is 100 gram, okay,
भैया
yeah,
भी इसमें जो आपने फर्स्ट वाला एग्जांपल दिया था उसमें तो भाई कैल्शियम प्लस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ये तो वो होगा ना रिएक्टेंट
नहीं ये प्रोडक्ट है. ओके, ये तुम्हारा तुम जब इसे गर्म करते हो टूट जाता है दो में. प्रोडक्ट इज दैट इज कमिंग आउट टू बी, इसका मतलब होता है हीट. ओके, रिएक्टेंट का मतलब ये बिल्कुल नहीं है कि वो सिंगल नहीं हो सकता, सिंगल हो सकता है वो. ठीक है ना, जैसे यहाँ पे देखो दो थे, यहाँ पे सिंगल हो गया, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे वो रिएक्टेंट है. ओके क्लियर, जो आता है आउटकम दैट इज द प्रोडक्ट. सो आई वांट यू पीपल टू टेल मी, अगर ये 100 ग्राम था और मान लेते हैं दिस इज माय 56 ग्राम, so can you tell me the value for carbon dioxide कितना ग्राम ये होगा and why that's so?
वे 44
Good. Why?
वे क्योंकि वो दोनों इक्वल होंगे 100 के तो
Because
56 इसको माइनस कर दो.
we know that mass of reactant you
Yes,
solve in
sir.
this manner. Mass of reactants is always equal to mass of product. You will show it
Product.
something like this, right? Mass of reactant is 100 gram. This is 56, and let's call it X. So that will become 44 grams. So that's done. So that's the law. Is this clear? Yes or no?
यस भैया यस.
Yes, sir.
So that's how it goes. It's a very easy reaction, very easy law, right? So let's see if we can do another one. Okay, let's see if we can do another one. Okay, I have this one. Okay, this is from the NCERT book. Let me just check NCERT first, just a second. Chapter name is Atoms and Molecules. NCERT class 9th. So here it is. Let's see if we have a couple of numericals from here from NCERT. If we can. Yeah, there is. Right, this is the one. So can you people see this blue part? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is a reaction on, let's read this. In a reaction,
In a
पढ़ो.
in a reaction, 5.3
Sir,
gram
we
of
are not able
sodium
to
carbonate reacted with 6 gram of it, wait,
Ethanoic acid.
ethanoic acid. The products were 2.2 gram of carbon dioxide, 0.9 gram of water, and 8.2 gram of sodium. It had not sure that these
So that these observations are in
observation
agreement.
are in which the loss of conservation of mass, sodium carbonate
So
plus
देखो इन्होंने
ethanol.
सब कुछ तुम्हारे लिए करके दे दिया. They literally have done everything. They have told you don't have to write the chemical form of the reaction. You can actually kind of just put it into the word form, and it is the word form दे रखा है इन्होंने, right? That is sodium carbonate react कर रहा है किसके साथ? Ethanoic acid के साथ. Okay, that's plus ethanoic acid के साथ. To give me what? To give me sodium ethanoate. Sodium ethanoate. That's given in the question. I'm not doing anything from my side. Plus carbon dioxide plus water. This I can
Plus
write in
water.
symbol form. I know how to. Not these guys, right? At your level. So this is my reaction. Now let's focus what is it telling us. In a reaction, 5.3 gram of sodium carbonate. So let me take a different color for this. That's 5.3 gram of sodium carbonate. Reacts with 6 gram of ethanoic acid. 6 gram of ethanoic acid. The products were 2.2 gram of, okay, 2.2 gram of, okay, carbon dioxide is given first. So 2.2 gram. And 0.9 gram of water, okay, and 8.2 gram of sodium ethanoic. So that these follow law of conservation of mass. Check karo LHS RHS add karke. Are they following it? इधर निकालो mass of reactants, total mass of reactants will be what? 5.3 plus 6. Are they following it? 11.3 gram. फिर निकालो total mass of products. देखते हैं इक्वल आता है नहीं आता.
इक्वल है भैया 11.3 भैया 11.3 ग्राम इज इक्वल टू
So 11.3 gram. तो अब तुम देख रहे हो, because total mass of reactants is equal to total mass of products, hence they follow law of conservation of mass. That's how you do it. Is that clear to everyone? Easy था.
Yes, sir.
Yes. किसी का doubt है तो
ये
he
बहुत
or
easy.
she can ask. Okay. So that was the first numerical for this chapter. Numerical क्या, we just have to show it. Now let's move to the second one that also follows. No, this one doesn't follow it. Let's see if we have another numerical. Okay, let me give it on my own. Okay, if we don't have one. So I'm giving it to you and you people will try it. Okay, write down the question. Okay, because that is kind of practicing it. Calcium carbonate. You don't have to write the chemical form, just write in word form. Decomposes. The reaction I just wrote in the example is the same one. Decomposes means tootna. On heating it gets decomposed to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Okay, that's not spelling. Okay. When 10 gram of calcium carbonate is decomposed completely, then 5.6 gram. Now we are focusing on first law only for now of calcium. We'll see who can do this. Oxide is formed. The question is calculate the mass of carbon dioxide formed Yes, you have to use the first law and tell me the mass of carbon dioxide. First read the question. and prepare a chemical equation. Calcium carbonate decomposes on heating to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So that's the
We have
calcium.
4.4. 4.4 gram answer.
Let's see. What about others? Calcium oxide और क्या दे रहा है बच्चा?
4.4 gram.
Very good,
And
मेरा
this
answer.
may carbon dioxide. Okay. So we will plug in the value here. It's 10 gram. That's 5.6 gram. And we got to know this guy. Now we know we have to write it in this manner. According, yes, mute your microphone, bache, wherever it is. According to law of conservation of mass, we know that mass of what? Mass of reactants,
Mass of reactant
Carbon.
equal to the mass of product.
right? Mass of product. So this will be 10 gram, 5.6 plus 10. So this guy will go here and X will be 4.4 gram. That's my answer. Is it okay? So I hope law of conservation of mass पूरा अच्छे से clear हो गया. बच्चे mute your microphone. How many times I have to tell you? शोर आ रहा है बच्चे पीछे से जो भी बार बार ऑन करो. Okay. So that's my law of conservation of mass. The second law, is that clear? First law of conservation of mass. I will give you a couple of questions in homework later on. Okay. So next law.
Okay, sir.
Next law is law of constant proportion. Proportion. Okay, that's the spelling is correct. Yeah, it's good. So this is the second law. Okay. So now if you have to like if I have to just give you a definition for the statement, I can. Let me give you the definition first so that we can explain it later on. So the definition goes something like this. That's according to this law, a chemical compound. See, these statements will be in the quiz next time before we start the class next time. So I make sure you remember this or kind of write it down because I'm writing it very slowly. A chemical compound always consists of the same elements combined together by mass. So this is the law. Now let's understand it. Okay, let's understand it a bit. A chemical compound always consists of the same elements combined together by mass. Now what does this mean? See, water लेते हैं, water में क्या क्या होता है? water में होता है हाइड्रोजन का एटम और ऑक्सीजन का एटम. Okay. Now whenever you take water from anywhere, suppose I take it from pond, okay, I take it from a drain, even I take it from the tap water, your house water, right? I take it from Bisleri water, okay, anywhere you want to take it. The ratio of the mass of the hydrogen and oxygen will be 1:8 always. That means for 1 gram of hydrogen, you always have 8 grams of oxygen. That is the law of constant proportion. Constant proportion. Proportion means ratio. Okay, it means ratio. So constant means it will always be constant. When if you take here, the ratio of hydrogen oxygen by mass will be 1:8. Here also the ratio will be 1:8. Here also the ratio will be 1:8. Here also the ratio will be 1:8. So that is law of constant proportion. No matter the source, the elements will have the same proportion by mass. Are you people getting it? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, glad you are getting it. So how about we do a numerical on this one? Okay, let's see if we can. It's an NCERT question again. So first of all, I am giving you 2 minutes. Okay, in 2 minutes you have to learn this statement. Okay, learn this statement by heart. Okay, take your time.
We are done.
Yes, everyone done?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Yes, sir.
Let's see a numerical over this one, okay? So let's do this numerical. It's taking too long to eat this thing. Hydrogen and oxygen combine in the ratio 1:8 by mass to form water. We already know that. What mass of oxygen gas would be required to react completely with 3 grams of hydrogen gas? Now, I told you they always combine by same ratio, 1:8. So if I take oxygen to be what? Oxygen to be 3 gram. Sorry, oxygen, no, hydrogen. Hydrogen to be 3 gram. What will be my oxygen to get the same ratio? It's
We're 8
something like
into
this.
3.
Yes, what will be my X guy here? Oxygen gas.
24.
24. So that's the done. Stuff is done. So it's 24 gram done. Which law you used?
We're law of constant composition.
Composition nahi balak, law of constant proportion.
It's a proportion.
Right? You have to mention the law. So is that clear with everyone? That was the easy one.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this is also done. Now this law is done. Let's move to my Dalton's atomic theory. Okay. So there was this guy. Okay. Let me remove this. You may have to rejoin the meeting later on. There are 3 minutes left. So the next topic that we have, the last topic for today, is Dalton's atomic theory. This guy gave a couple of statements about the atoms, which were quite true, right? So let's see what were the statements. And I want to write it down later on in your notebook. As I'm writing, you can note it down. The first statement that this guy gave was that all the matter is made up of very small particles. You have to learn this, called atoms. The first statement given by was all the matter is made up of very small particles called atom, which we already know, right? So that was the first statement. The second statement was atoms cannot be divided. We know that because they are indivisible, isn't it? That's the second statement. Third statement was atoms, just like matter is made of atoms, we can say atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. Right? That was the fourth statement. That was the third statement. Now coming to the fourth one. All the atoms of a given element are identical in every respect, having the same size, mass, and chemical properties. Let's quickly write them up, or let's read it out then later on. Let's quickly join another session. I'm sharing another link. Okay, let's come to that. Okay, because 1 minute left.